What does it mean to be Singaporean? The Singaporean identity was the theme of Singaporeans in Conversation 2012, where 150 Singaporean students, most of whom are studying overseas, engaged in a dialogue session with Acting Minister for Community Development, Youth and Sports, Mr. Chun Singh.
What do you really mean by being a Singaporean? There are different levels. There are one that has to do with the visual cues, which is the most superficial. The other one has to do with our habits. Then it goes down deeper to our culture. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's a sense of affinity, the sense of allegiance, which takes time to develop.
Organised by the United Kingdom Singaporean Students' Council, Singaporeans in Conversation is a student-driven dialogue envisioned to serve as an interactive platform between overseas-based Singaporean students and top government officials. The 2-hour dialogue threw up questions like why Singapore's landscape keeps changing and what Singapore is doing for its citizens. So what do the students who are currently studying overseas think being Singaporean means?
To me, being a Singaporean is to feel that, to take ownership of Singapore, to actually not just to feel to be part of Singapore, but to feel like I want to improve Singapore.
When I'm just in a group of Singaporeans and I can just identify with them, we can just talk normally. To me, it's normal. I mean, maybe to other countries it's not, but we can just talk like how we used to at home, and we can feel really comfortable with each other. That there's no need to focus on how we talk, to speak slower so that people understand. We can just really have that sense of belonging, I think.
If you go overseas, you find that you've seen how the other side lives and you're like, wait, am I really Singaporean? Because sometimes I feel so connected, so much affinity to the way they live. Like I question myself. Then I remember, this is my roots, this is where my family is, this is where my favorite foods, my home. So I grew up. So definitely your experience and your history makes who you are.
I've studied overseas and we're just a population of 5 million. People just don't expect that nations on that kind of scale. And we are so unique that sometimes we don't have anyone to reference from, and we look internally within ourselves also. So as a Singaporean, I do feel like we are something, but we don't know what we are. Yeah. And I'm really hoping that we can get everything, our act together as a nation.
For me personally, it means being uncertain of what kind of future this country is going to have, and being uncertain of whether this country is one that I will even like to be in the future. But because I feel a personal sense of connection to this place, I'm willing to stay in this country and try to improve things for the better.
In the next clip, find out what the students miss most about Singapore and what they tell their foreign friends about their home country.